Alafia. So today I am going to give a quick little talk about my experience with Saint Expedite. As promised to Saint Expedite, this time around my public acknowledgement would be via video. Now, I have not made a video for a very long time now. I used to make videos all the time that pretty much was capturing the knowledge that I have on my spiritual journey. I took a step back from that because I had a lot more growing to do on my journey, and I didn't feel the need to document things until I got more experience, gained more clarity, ascertained more wisdom, went to different realities of existence, and pretty much just grew more in my journey. And to be quite frank with you, it actually paid off. It paid off for me, I feel, to have done it that way, because I have grown exponentially on my journey, and I have ascertained a lot more knowledge than I had before. Spiritual growth and development is a very organic process. The light that is within you that shines consistently, whether you're aware it or not, when you are called to be great, when you are called to answer the call to greatness. Let me make a correction, because you are already great. You cannot become what you already are. You can just step into the realization of what it is that is already in existence, because it exists whether you're aware of it or not at the level of consciousness that you are currently at. You dig? So let me get into this talk about Saint Expedite real quick. Saint Expedite is a very wonderful saint that provides you a lot of wonderful opportunities on your spiritual ascertation of physical things, or what you want to call material things, or spiritual gaining. It is a very wonderful experience to have with this saint. When you practice magique, you definitely will see a lot of results, and quick, with Saint Expedite. They don't call him Saint Expedite for nothing now. His name is Expedite for a reason. It's very expeditious. Now, when I first worked with Saint Expedite, I was moving from state to state, and I needed to get a job very quickly. One thing that I am going to say to you is I learned from the first encounter that I had with Saint Expedite. You must be very clear and very specific about what you want, because if you are not clear and not specific about what you want, Saint Expedite can trick you. He is a trickster. He is attributed with a crossroad. You know, the crossroad deities can be attributed to the energy of Mercury. Mercury is a trickster god, Hermes. You know, the crossroad deities are usually attributed to trickery. So you want to be as specific as possible when it comes to Saint Expedite. Also, another thing that you want to take into consideration is that he is a young saint. And one of the more newer saints that they have been speaking about as of late, that people are working with, practitioners of hoodoo, Santeria, voodoun, mainly hoodoo and Santeria practitioners revere and work with Saint Expedite. I don't like to put myself in a category, because as you can see, my skin contains a lot of melanin. However, DNA is a motherfucker, you know? So don't let the shell fool you. The shell is just a shell. And I have the melanin. However, some could say that I'm melanated, but at the same time, I have Indian DNA. So I do work with the Indian pantheon as well. I work with the Vedas very, very strongly. And I work with saints a lot. And I also work with voodoun, which is, you know, the Yoruba pantheon, My divine mother is Yamaya, just to give you an example of certain things. But back to Saint Expedite. So you want to be specific with him. Now me, I'm the type of person, I like to get real creative, and I embellish. I get everything. If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm not gonna just go half-ass my work. So with Saint Expedite, his altar, I haven't gotten his statue yet, but I do have a photo in a frame. A photo of Saint Expedite in a very beautiful frame. What you want to do is you can do it however you want to do it, but I have the photo in the frame. Sorry guys, Hurricane Dorian is about to hit, and this phone is like really moving all over the place. I'm trying to get this in real quick, so if it's rattling, it's rattling. But you want to get the photo in a frame. Get the photo in the frame to start out. If you can't afford the statue, this is really crazy. See, this is the second time I'm making this video, and it's like something is trying to stop me from making it, but I'm gonna power through. Get the photo, get a nice frame. You wanna, Saint Expedite's color is red, so you can get a red cloth. Set up your altar real nice for Saint Expedite. I get the oil, the Saint Expedite oil to dress the candle. You get the Saint Expedite candle. Now, what I did was I wrote my petition on a piece of paper. I wrote what I wanted. Now, follow this very keenly. Saint Expedite loves pound cake. That's one of the things that he loves. He loves red roses. I love to give Saint Expedite pound cakes. He loves pound cakes. Well, my Saint Expedite loves pound cakes. I don't know what your Saint Expedite is going to prefer. But what I've noticed is give Saint Expedite that pound cake after he has given you what you wanted. Because if you give Saint Expedite that pound cake before you get what you want, he's going to stop the work, because he is going to consider that that work is pretty much already complete. It's already done. So it's like you're rewarding someone for a mission accomplished. Remember, he is a saint that was a martyr. That's another thing too. So you want to clap. The amount of times that's attributed with Saint Expedite, I cajole you to do some research as to the number that is responsible for Saint Expedite. I'm not going to tell you. Some people are like, oh, you're making a video, you're not informative. No, you've got to do your work as well, and what resonates with your God. You know what I mean? So some people say it's 5, some people say it's 3. It's whatever resonates with your Saint Expedite. So essentially, you clap to wake him up, because he is headless. He was martyred. A saint that is martyred. So you want to wake him up. I clap. When I work with Saint Expedite, I clap to begin the work, and I clap throughout the work until the work is done whenever I'm talking to him. You want to talk to these saints, or talk to Expedite for this matter, like they're a friend. You know, you don't want to go to them, oh, I'm holier than thou. No. Reason with them like they are a friend, because they are. And that's when you will feel more confident and more comfortable in your work, and you will achieve and accomplish greater results in what it is that you are setting out to accomplish. Okay? Definitely give that pound cake after, because he's one of those that he'll run off on the plug. You know what I'm saying? Once he's done. He's a trickster. And trickster gods aren't, people hear the word trick or trickster, they think it's a bad thing. No, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You need to be clear. So you will learn. That's how trickster gods teach you things. They'll trick you. So you'll learn. You know, if you don't learn, then you're going to keep falling for the trick. If you stop falling for the trick, that means that you have learned. That's their way of teaching you how to work with them. That's the energy that they're responsible for. That's a way of teaching. He's a wonderful saint. I wasn't specific when I first worked with him. Even though I did get what I wanted, it wasn't 100% the way how I wanted it and what I wanted, but he did get me that job, and he got it for me real quick. But it wasn't the way how I desired it to be monetary wise, so I had to end up getting another opportunity. But I feel like Saint Expedite had something to do with that too, you know, because it transpired where I got that opportunity that I thought was the right one, you know, but then it turned out not to be, and then I ended up getting one shortly thereafter. So he's very fast. In a matter of days, you can get what you want working with Saint Expedite, okay? Now, this time around, when I worked with Saint Expedite, faster. I feel like the more you develop a bond with these deities, is the more faster the results become, because they become more familiar with you. Now remember, this is not happening external. This is an internal process. You're becoming familiar with what you already have. And that which you already have is now in turn vibrationally becoming more familiar with you. Even though it's already familiar with you, it was just waiting for you to realize it. So the more you realize and recognize it, is the more faster the results are gonna be. Ashe. So, you know, just keep that in mind. I asked Saint Expedite to, because it was, I really was not happy with the opportunity that I had, once again. And I had just moved to the state that I currently reside in. And I'm like, wow, I just can't connect with this opportunity. So I petitioned Saint Expedite, wrote out what I wanted, and, you know, I gave him his pound cake first. Again, you see, not learning. Now I can talk about it because I now grasp why I should give him the pound cake after. But this time around, he did give me something pretty cool. So the opportunity that I got this time, it's more one that I really adore, because I can dress the way how I want to dress there. It's something that's pertaining to beauty that I love. And the hours of work are pretty cool, and I have the weekends off. So it's like that I didn't ask for, but I got that regardless, because I was very specific with Saint Expedite about what I wanted. And another thing too, guys, like sometimes you think that you want to ask for what you want, but more get into the habit of asking for what you need. Like, tell your guides or tell the saints that you're working with to give you, like, you're gonna word it where you state what it is that you want, but then you want to be open enough to tell them, like, you know best. You can see in dimensions that I'm not able to see in, and you're able to see the future more clearly than I can. Please give me something that I need. A need is different than a want. When you get a need fulfilled, you're going to be more satisfied on a spiritual level versus a material level, which doesn't give you the happiness that you need and require. So I'm the type of person, I'm a giver. So even when the job was, quote, done, I continued to give Saint Expedite things. I told him, I was like, listen, I'm going to keep giving you pound cakes. If you feel like, you know, you can do more on top of this job, if it's not completely complete, please complete it. But I'm going to keep giving you the pound cake so I can see if there's more coming. It was so amazing to see that I had options to choose from. Like, I had several opportunities. Like, I snatched up an opportunity within a matter of, like, I'm talking about the next day after I wrote out my petition. Went for an interview the very next day, and I was still getting other opportunities thrown at me. I got like 4 opportunities thrown at me around the same time that I had to choose from. It got to the point where it was like, oh snap. Like, I really have to choose which one of these opportunities I want, which one of these opportunities is the best for me. So you want to just get into the habit of asking for what you need. You'd be surprised. Like, you will get flooded with choices when you ask for what you need versus asking for what you want. Oh, I'm looking up, guys, because you have like hawks, crows, all types of stuff just flying over my head right now as I'm talking about Saint Expedite. Butterflies are coming. I don't even want to move the camera to show you all this stuff, but it's getting real, you know? Magic is real. Magique is real. Not even magic. Magique is real. So don't even think for a second that it's not going to work out for you. Like, give it a shot. Set up your altar. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. All that matters is that it's coming from your heart. Get those pound cakes or those red roses. Get a red cloth to start. If you don't have money to get the statue, you can print out a pic, put it in a photo frame. You could get a photo frame for 99 cents at the Dollar Tree. or any dollar store. It's really not that expensive. You can go to the library. I'm not sure how much your local library may cost. If you don't have a printer, how much it may charge. They charge like 15 cents just to print a copy if it's a black and white. I recommend the color. You print a color copy for like 50 cents of St. Expedite, and you put it right on your altar, that red cloth, and get you that oil. The oil really, 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 really helps out, guys. Smells are what deities connect to. Smells, colors, sounds, you know, those type of things. That's what's attributed with the spirit realm. It's very much so different from the physical reality, but similar, you know, because music is in the physical reality as well. It imitates nature. However, it doesn't really cost you much to really get this done, you know, and that's your altar right there. A photo frame, 99 cents, Dollar Tree. Pick up St. Expedite in color, 50 cents, if that's what it costs at your local library. Red cloth from Walmart or any fabric store for like $1 and change. It doesn't have to be that big. And you can give St. Expedite, when the job is complete, pound cake, which doesn't cost that much money, and or you can give him red roses or whatever else you have researched. I'm not going to tell you what else you can do. Do your research, be the magician, and you can see what resonates with your soul, with what your God guides you to give to St. Expedite, and just do what feels best with you. But I love St. Expedite. As a matter of fact, when I finish this video, by the end of today is Tuesday, I'm getting ready to ask St. Expedite for something else right now that I need. And I know he's going to do it like that, because my God is awesome. And St. Expedite is wonderful. And he provides you with wonderful opportunities for growth and development and for fulfillment in this material world that is coming from the ethereal. And I want to thank you guys for listening to me blabbering on for like a couple of minutes now. And I appreciate your time. And I'll make another video whenever I feel inclined to. I'm just doing it free-spirited now with this thing. I hope this video helps anyone that is in need of spiritual guidance. And I hope that the gods favor you with whatever it is that you seek on your journey. Me fere fun yamaya. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Alafia.